Hi there. I'm Jessica Hinks, Wealth Advisor at Hixon Zuercher Capital Management.
And I'm Chase Rose, Associate Wealth Advisor at Hixon Zuercher Capital Management. We are here today to give you a monthly market outlook for the month of January, looking back at December. So Jessica, why don't you get us started?
First point, while prices did still climb in 2025, inflation stabilized. So notably, oil prices dropped from a peak of $80 a barrel down to a post-pandemic low of $56 a barrel. And I'm super curious how the Venezuelan situation is going to affect oil prices in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about point number 2?
For the second year in a row, interest rates declined, which is gradually reducing the cost of borrowing. The current borrowing costs have thankfully not held back company growth in the last year as corporate profits hit record highs, also leading to record levels in the stock market, with the S&P 500 ending the year up 17.3%.
Awesome. Now, for those of you regular listeners, now is time for our Florida news story of the month. And for you new watchers, I could not possibly tell you why we do this. It's just something we started.
I was wondering how this came to be.
Yeah, if we don't know, we can't tell you. So, but this month, our news story, a South Florida man, which I feel like it's always the Florida men that are doing crazy stuff. The Florida women are pretty sane down there. They just have to deal with all the crazy men. I don't know. A South Florida man is facing charges after deputies say he stole nearly 400 pounds of avocado from a Miami-Dade grove. His, purpose or his reasoning behind why he did that was he was stealing avocados to try to sell and make profits to buy Christmas presents for his family.
Sounds wholesome, but maybe you should just sell the Mercedes you loaded the avocados into. You know what I mean?
The Mercedes-Benz that he transported the avocados was filled. Every inch of the inside was filled with avocados, besides obviously where he was sitting to drive, which is just like very cartoonish to me in my mind.
I wonder what happened when the police officers opened the door.
You seen those DUI or drunk driving commercials where you open and it's filled with beer? It's probably like that.
All those bruised avocados breaks my heart, actually.
No kidding. All right. So as far as our outlook for this coming month, on the topic of inflation and interest rates, that will continue to be the theme moving forward. For inflation, so the November reading, which was released in December, was lighter than expected, but there was a lot of noise about the data that was actually available to the government in those reportings due to the government shutdown. So the inflation reading that will be released in January for the month of December will certainly have we'll have all eyes posted on what that number is to see if the trend continues or if more data being available to us will kind of change the trajectory of inflation. And also on the topic of inflation, Donald Trump has announced that he will be naming a new Federal Reserve chairman in the month of December. He hasn't said who it is yet. There's a couple candidates that stick out, one being a leader, but at this point he hasn't selected anyone. And given his stance on interest rates, it can be assumed that the selection will be rather dovish in his stance on interest rates, but it's worth reminding that he is only one vote of many. So he does not exclusively dictate interest rates. He is just one vote. It just so happens to be the person you see on all the television screens and things like that.
One would imagine he sets the tone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But as always, if you have questions about your portfolio, please give us a call. 419-425-2400, or feel free to email us at hello@hccapital.com.
Until next time, we'll see you. Bye.